Hello and welcome to the review of Morbius. I'm going to say straight off the bat, Morbius wasn't very good. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I try to avoid reviews before going to the cinema, but I just saw loads on Facebook and Instagram and all those sort of places just saying it was the worst film ever. So I went in thinking it was going to be terrible, and to tell you the truth, the first act I was thinking, this might actually be quite good. I wonder how it gets really bad. They lean heavy into the science. I mean, it's a bit silly, but they spend a lot of time on that, and there is definitely some similarities between Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. So I thought it was going to be quite good, but it just divulges into a comic book film from like the early 2000s. It reminded me of Fantastic Four, and I don't know, just like some other crappy sort of, when comic book films didn't have the prestige or popularity they do today. Before Iron Man and Dark Knight and all that stuff. Who's in it? Matt Smith's in it. He's pretty good, actually. He is pretty good. I've only seen him in Last Night in Soho, which I reviewed last year, and I really like that film, and he's good in that. He plays a sort of similar character, to be honest. Somewhat. He's Jared Leto's best friend. The story, without saying the plot, is basically Jared Leto's disabled from a young age. He has a rare condition, as does that Matt Smith, but he goes on to be a brilliant scientist, and he sort of manages to find a cure that involves bats. So that's why it's like a vampire thing, because he meddles with bat DNA with his own. And then you have Morbius in as the superhero, super villain, super anti-hero that he is. Andrea Arjona. I'm not sure where she's from, but she's Jared Leto's love interest. She's good in it. She's a scientist. Tyrese is in this, the rapper, and he's in the Fast films, rapper, actor. Tyrese is in this. There's a famous actor, Jared Harris, is in this. His dad was apparently famous, and he's in other stuff, but I haven't seen it. But he's quite good. You can tell he's a serious actor. But yeah, it's just not very good. The CGI is atrocious, I thought. You talk about it feeling dated, with regards to the quality of it. I mean, the CGI is really poor. Looks comically bad. So I didn't rate that in it. It's the most predictable film you've ever seen. You'll be able to work out, it offers nothing new. So it's not very good. It definitely isn't the worst film I've ever seen. I don't even know if I'd say it's the worst comic book film I've seen. It's not very good though. But Jared Leto's okay in it. But yeah, just not the best. The director's a guy called Daniel Espinosa. I should have checked his IMDb to see what else he did, but I didn't. But yeah, he directs it. And I think that's it. This will be the final thought. This will be a short video. One of the reasons it was trashed so much was because of the post-credit scenes, and they are ridiculous. They're ridiculous. That does feature Michael Keaton as Vulture. And it ties into the last Spider-Man film, the one that came out at Christmas, that was a massive hit with all the Spider-Men in. And it tries to link it to that, but it doesn't make any sense, and their interaction doesn't make any sense, and yeah, seemingly their character motives seem completely out of place from the films that they're both in, the first Spider-Man film and the Morbius film. So really poorly executed, doesn't look very good, doesn't make a lot of sense. I think it wound a lot of people up because in the marketing there was lots of links to Spider-Man, and it's just two scenes that don't really make any sense, two very short scenes, post-credit scenes, and they're turd. yeah, absolute toilet, which is a shame because Michael Keaton's good and Jared Leto's okay. It's in a bad run, but you know, he's got an Oscar. He got slated for his performance in House of Gucci by some. I thought it was alright, but very bombastic, over the top. He'll always be remembered as the Joker, which is a shame because that was a car crash. That was poor. I always remember him from being the bloke in Fight Club that Ed Norton really beats up big time. Or Brad Pitt does. Ed Norton beats him up because he's jealous that Brad Pitt and him are really good friends. I'm almost certain that's Jared Leto. He's done music and stuff, so good luck to him. I think he'll be fine, but he's definitely getting butchered from pillar to post. But yeah, that's a review of Morbius. Let me know what you think. Cheers.